Okay, fifth graders, equivalent fractions, just like we were working on today in class. So, taking a look at this first one, I'm looking and I've got 6 and I've got 42, 8 and 56. It's getting bigger, so I'm multiplying it, and I'm multiplying it by 7 over 7. 6 times 7 is 42, 8 times 7 is 56, and remember, these are equivalent, meaning they're the same. It just means our pieces are getting smaller. We're cutting them more. This one, our number is getting smaller, so we know we must be dividing. And 81 divided by 9 is 9, and 72 divided by 9 is 8. Remember, in this box, it needs to be the same number for the top and the bottom. That's that whole identity property thing. We need it to be divided or multiplied by 1, so we get the same thing back. All right, our number is getting smaller again, so we're dividing this time, and this time it's by 7 over 7. 8 times 7 is 56, 9 times 7 is 63. This one, it looks like we've got a series going, and I'm looking at 3 and 9. It's getting bigger, so we're multiplying, and 3 times 3 is 9, and 4 times 3 is 12. And then I've got 9 and 27, so again we're multiplying, times 3 over 3. And you would think we'd continue going with 3 over 3, but let's see. 27 times 3 does not equal 54, but 27 times 2 does, times 2 over 2. And then, let's see, for 54 here, it looks like we're actually getting a little bit smaller, so we're going to be dividing. And I know 9 times 6 is 54, so we must be dividing by 9. 8 times 9 is 72, so backwards, 72 divided by 9 is 8. And this one, it looks like we're dividing again, because we're getting smaller. And 6 divided by 2 is 3, 8 divided by 2 is 4. All right, our next one. Now we've got some of our fill-in-the-blank ones, where we need to make them equivalent. So, well, let's look at our denominator first. Denominator's that bottom number. 6 times 7 is 42, so 2 times 7 would be 14. And here we're getting smaller, so we're dividing. 8 divided by 8 is 1, so 56 divided by 8 would be 7. And 3 and 33. 33 divided by 11 is 1. Oops, is 3. Sorry, I'm looking at the top here. So backwards, 3 times 11 is 33. 1 times 11 is 11. And up here, let's look at our numerator. 3 times 3 is 9. What times 3 is 27? That must be 9. 9 times 3 is 27. And then E down here. We're getting a little big, or we're getting bigger, so we must be multiplying by 2. 4 times 2 is 8, 9 times 2 is 18. And we've got an improper fraction, but it doesn't ask us to reduce, so we'll just leave it the way it is. And with F, we've got 11 and 110, and we've got that 12 there. And I know 11 times 10, I would just add a 0 behind it, so this must be times 10. 12 times 10 would be 12 with a 0 behind it, 120. Again, we've got that improper fraction where the top number is bigger than the bottom, but it doesn't tell us to fix it, so we'll just leave it as 120 over 110. And then at the bottom here, we have to figure out whether they're equivalent or not. You might want to pause this and go get a calculator, unless you know your facts real well. This first one, you can try and reason it out, which is always better to do because many times you can just reason it out. These are really close. I'm looking at this thinking this is close to 50 over 75 and 3/4 really close. Since it's so close, I'm going to do some cross multiplying. I start from the bottom and I go up. With my calculator, I can do 54 times 4, or 4 times 54, and I get 216. And then I'm going to go the other way, 72 times 3, and I get 216. Well, what do you know? These two are actually equal. No wonder they're super close. So, is 216 greater than 216? No. So that one's going to be a false. Same thing on this. You could multiply up if you wanted to, 12 times 3 and 4 times 9. Or you might just look at that and say, hey, I know that if I divide this by 3 and this by 3, I'm going to get 3/4. So is 9/12 equal to 3/4? Yes, because I can see if I divide by 3, they'd be the same. So that one is a true. This one, let's just reason it out. 8/9 is less than 1, whereas 9/8 is that improper fraction, so it's actually more than 1. This is really 1
Alpha
and
will
1
be patrolling today after school. Again, Alpha, you are on for today after school. Thank you.
Get a little public service announcement in there. So 1 and 1/8 is smaller than 8/9. No, that's not true. It's the other way around. 1 and 1/8 or 9/8 is actually larger than 8/9. This one is actually an equivalent one because I know that 2 times 100 is 200 and 6 times 100 is 600, so these are the same. Those are equivalent. And then our next one here, we're adding unlike denominators. And I'm going to take this 1/2, and I know that 1/2 is the same as 2/4. And now I can just add across. 2 plus 1 is 3, keep the same denominator, and I get 3/4, so yes, true. And then down here, 4/4 is actually the same as 1. So what I've got is 1 plus 1 plus 1/2. And 1 plus 1 plus 1/2 equals 2.5. And then on the other side of the equation, as we balance out, we've got 10 divided by 4. Because remember this sign right here is the same as divided by. 4 goes into 10 2 times. 4 times 2 is 8. And I've got 2 left over, and I keep my same denominator of 4, so 2 and 2/4 is the same as 2.5. Is that true? Yeah, it is, because 2/4 is the same as half, so this one is true. All right, thanks for working with me today.